Hey, it's Chico, and today I want to talk to you about the 5 skills that are guaranteed to make you rich. These skills are a necessity. You can't have one without the others. If you don't know who I am, my name is Chris Chico, and I am from Puerto Rico. Grew up dirt poor, on welfare, on food stamps, and through a lot of trial and error, I was able to get myself into a position where now I get a chance to live in a place like this here. And that only happened because of developing these skills, and I want to share these with you because I want you to be successful. My goal for you for 2021 is for you to have amazing success, because it's lonely at the top and I want you there with me. And so let's go ahead and get things done and make sure that we're all together, eating at the table, drinking wine, and having a good time, because that's what it's all about. Skill number 1 that you need to have to be successful is closing skill. Now, when I say closing skill, a lot of times people think, well, it's closing like, on the phone, like a salesperson, or selling cars or whatever it is that you're selling, but doing it on the phone. And now I got the lawn guy. Oh my Jesus. My God, nobody is cooperating here today. Apparently, they don't understand that I'm recording a YouTube video. Let's talk about closing skill. Now, by closing skill, it can be you talking to people face to face, belly to belly, and closing them on the phone. Now, when I say closing, let's just clarify. Closing, I mean the ability to talk to someone and communicate your way of thinking, communicate your value in the service that you provide, such that they can give you money, because we're talking about business here. And in business, the objective is to get as much money as you can in your hands. Morally, ethically, viable, all that stuff, you know what I mean? But at the end, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about an exchange of value for money. So that ability to persuade someone is key. Now, again, that could be with you talking to somebody belly to belly on the phone, or maybe in person. The way that I got that skill and acquired that skill is through writing, through the ability to persuade people by writing, by doing videos like this, where I can convey my point of view. And there was a book that I always recommend. There's a guy named Dan Kennedy. He's the guy that I learned this from. He has a great book called The Ultimate Sales Letter that I always highly recommend. Get that book, and that book will teach you the art of closing without being belly to belly. He calls it one to many, where you can do a video like this, or you could write something on your website and you have thousands of people that come to that website and now give you money because of the words you've written. And that is always infinitely more scalable than it is the belly to belly. Maybe you can start belly to belly, but at the end, getting into a medium that allows you to expand your audience exponentially is one of those key things that will continue to elevate your ability to make income. Let's talk about skill number 2, which is the ability to speak to groups or a large number of people. Again, we're going from that, that first step is, hey, the ability to communicate effectively, and maybe you're doing it belly to belly, and then maybe you're doing it because you're writing something on your website, and so now you're doing that in the written word. But the next layer of that is doing it in a format like this, where I'm talking to one person, but it's actually to many. It's one message to many. That could be that you're presenting at an event or a seminar. Maybe you're a speaker. It could be like this, where I'm here with you on YouTube. And then now this is a medium by which now gets distributed to many, many people. But that ability to communicate in a group format is key, because also it helps you in becoming a better speaker. It helps you in being able to more eloquently, more convincingly. The planes are coming over too as well. No, everybody is in our way to record the video. However, that is not going to impede us from finishing this video. But the ability to speak to groups is one of those things that I learned, that I got comfortable with. It wasn't easy in the beginning. You're always nervous. You are always nervous, no matter how many times you've done it. But that ability to build that muscle just continues to make you better in all communications, because once you become good in that way, then a one-to-one conversation is a piece of pie, or a piece of cake. Maybe I said that wrong. It's not a piece of pie, it's a piece of cake. You're like, Chico, you don't even know your analogies. The third skill is delegation. Third skill is delegation. Now delegation, when we talk about delegation, is the ability to get others to help you in doing what you're doing. Now, in delegation, think about it from a time management perspective. You only have so many hours in the day. I got the long guy still whacking away there. You only got enough hours in the day. And so you're only going to be able to do a certain amount of work. Now, you could be more efficient with your time. You could be more effective with your time. You could prioritize better. But that could only get you so far, because there's only 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. Well, there's 8 hours in a day if you're working part-time, 12 hours if you're working full-time. But if you're working beast mode, which is the way that you should be working, then there's maybe 16 hours in a day. All right, no judgment if you're working less, but maybe there is, and you should work more. Now, when it comes to prioritization, you know, you're never going to be able to get everything done at the end of the day. So one of my mentors always said that you have to be okay with allowing things to be left undone at the end of the day. That is key. So not every call is going to be made, and some people would be like, "Oh, Chico, I like to get back to everybody that calls me and get back to everybody at the end of the day." You're saying that because you are not making any money. If you are making significant amounts of money and you got a lot of stuff going on, you know you can't get back to everybody in a timely fashion. It's just the nature of the beast. But at some point, your time management and your prioritization is going to fail, because it's only going to get you so far, and that's when delegation comes into play. The ability to have others multiply your time, so that way, instead of you working an 8-hour day, if you can work a 12-hour day, but then you get 2 other people to work a 12-hour day doing your stuff, guess what? You got a 36-hour day. And that, my friends, is the ultimate leverage. So that is the next skill that I want you to get better at. The skill of managing your money is skill number 4, the skill of managing your money. And let me tell you, I have been guilty of this, because I have had a lot of money flow through my hands. And you know, when all said and done, I think, man, Chico, you should have more money left over because of all the money that you made. But I wasn't good at doing that. I wasn't good at managing my money, because, you know, hey, as a poor kid, my parents didn't have a lot of money, so they weren't good at managing money. Nobody taught me how to manage money. And so in the end, I spent it all. And it was great, it was fun, but when all said and done, managing your money, and managing your money from a couple of different scenarios. Preservation of capital, that's number 1. Number 2 is growing your money, so that you make some money and you spend some money, but you save some money, and you take that money that you save and you invest it such that now it can go out and work. You know, it's like that guy, who's the guy from Shark Tank, the bald guy. I really like that guy. He says money is like your little soldiers that go out into the world and then go out and multiply themselves. That's what you want to do. And I haven't been good at that. And that's one of the things that have prevented me from even making more money than I have made in the past, and multiplying my money. And so I don't want that same thing to happen to you. So you've got to get good advice on that. You have to develop your skill on that. And then finally, we're talking about the most important skill of all, which is managing your mind. And I know the managing your mind is so ambiguous, and people think about mindset and, oh, you got to feel positive, and you got to, you know, do the affirmations and all that stuff. I'm not a fan of affirmations, but I'll break it down by saying that you have to look at your success is dependent on your mindset, and your mindset deals with how you view the world, how you view the opportunities that are presented to you. The people that you surround yourself with are extremely important, because if you surround yourself with bozos, if you surround yourself with people that are not thinking big, then guess what? You're not going to think big. You're not going to make any significant amount of money. You know, you got to feel like, you know, if you're making 10 grand a month, you got to be in a group that you feel uncomfortable telling them that you're making 10 grand a month, because they're going to tell you, my God, Chico, what are you doing? Are you working an hour a day? Is that all you're working? Because how could you live on that? I can't even buy the gas for my Lamborghini on that money. I mean, you must be in poverty. But you want to be around that environment where people are striving for more. They're doing more. They want more out of life. And in the end, that's going to propel you to do even better. So those are my 5 skills that will make you rich, and most importantly, that will help you preserve the wealth and put you in a path that you can now take what you've accomplished and be able to execute even better. By the way, I've got a video that talks about real estate as the vehicle to be able to get you that beginning jumpstart, to be able to have you make 10, 20, 30, 40, $100,000 a month. Check out one of those videos here. It talks about how to go out and become a virtual real estate investor that doesn't require any of your own cash or credit. That's how I got started. I want you to watch one of those videos. I have no idea where it's going to show up, but take a look at it, and I'll see you in the next video.